Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball on Carlos Baseball, and this is Will Power. Today we have a pretty good show to for you guys. The Padres and Blue Jays, they made some big trades, and one of the things that we want to talk about is about the Padres. Are they big time contenders? Are they going to be able to contend against the Dodgers?
Honestly, dude, they are definitely the best, the second best team in the National League right now. They might even be the second best team in all of baseball right now. But, I got to give the upper hand to the Dodgers. They didn't make any moves at the trade deadline other than, trading away Ross Stripling, but they didn't get any major players back for him. They just got a couple prospects. But honestly, man, real talk, the Dodgers are the best team in baseball right now, and I don't see anyone beating them in the World Series.
Yeah, I agree. And if you know me, I never say that the Dodgers are going to win it all. But this year is different. This year, for sure, I'm picking the Dodgers to win the World Series. Not just because I'm a fan, but because they have everything in their team that actually is showing up. Their bullpen is showing up. Their hitting is showing up. Their fielding is showing up, and their starting rotation is just, you have two rookies on it, and they're pitching. They're pitching good, and then they have the best record in baseball, 30-10. And
Yeah.
you gotta credit. You have to give them credit. Now, with the Padres getting those trades, that Mike Clevenger trade, so because that Clevenger trade did happen, you said they became the second best team. Are they going to be able to contend in the playoffs with just Mike Clevenger?
I really think it depends on who they face in the playoffs, because with the 16 teams now, we don't know who they're going to face in the first round, the second round, the third round, and I don't even know how many rounds there are going to be. Actually, I know that once you get into the NLDS and the NLCS and the World Series, you go into the 5 and the 7 game series. But before that, it's going to be a 3 game series.
Yeah,
So in a 3 game series, I really think that they can pull it off.
yeah,
With Clevenger heading, getting game one, all it's almost a lock that they're going to win game one. No matter who their first opponent is, but they're going to need Chris Paddock to really show up in game two. He is their second best pitcher, and he really needs to show what he can do, like he did last season before he got sent away for the innings limit.
yeah. And I honestly think that the Padres will get the 4th seed, so they will play the 5th seed. And like you said, we don't know who that 5th seed is yet because we don't know how the standings and the bracket's going to fall once the season's over. But for sure, right now the Dodgers are in first, and since they're in first, you think that the Padres will catch up to the Dodgers with all the trades that they made, because it's not just Mike Clevenger. We talked about it in the other podcast that they made more trades and hitting trades. Like they're more stacked now that they were before. So with all that said, you think that they can go ahead and compete against the Dodgers to try to win that division?
I really think that the biggest move they made, other than Mike Clevenger, was getting Mitch Moreland. And he's a good hitter, but he really can't compare to anyone on the starting 9 for the Dodgers. You know, he's a good power hitter. I kind of compare him to like a Jock Peterson, where he has a lot of power and he doesn't really hit for average, and he'll get hot streaks and cold streaks just like Peterson does.
Yeah.
So I think they're pretty comparable. And Jock Peterson's also a DH in addition to playing left field, just like Mitch Moreland is a DH in addition to playing first base. So I don't really think that move really boosted them high enough where they can actually compete against the Dodgers, because really, other than Clevenger and Paddock, they don't really have a really good starting rotation. There's a couple other guys that have been kind of like shining stars this season, but towards the end of the season, after the arms get a little bit tired, a lot of these guys, they don't really show up very well at the end of the season or in the postseason. Maybe with a shortened season, we might see a little bit of life still left in them, but really, Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin, those are the 4 guys that are going to be starting each game for the Dodgers when they make it to the playoffs. They don't really need a 5th starter.
That's true. They don't even need 5th starter. They always use 4. And you just said it right on the dot, man. They have a good starting rotation. And to go against, let's say they go against the Padres in any scenario in the playoffs, like, would they stack up against them? And right now, what I'm saying and you're saying is that, well, no. I think the Dodgers are going to go all the way. I think the Dodgers have a better team and they have a better hitting. And they for sure are going to go ahead and do that. and hopefully it is the year. I know it's a short season, but I hope it is the year that they win it, because we've been going to the series for a while now and we haven't got the W. So for sure,
Great.
yeah,
But honestly, every year you always see that National League team that's shining. You know, a couple years it was the Cardinals.
yeah,
A few years it was the Dodgers. A few years it was the Giants. You know,
yeah,
and there's always that one team from both leagues that are really shining that you can tell like that's the team that's going to the World Series. You know,
yeah.
but in the American League, right? I don't see any team that's just like really dominating. You know, a couple seasons ago, we had the Astros. Scandal or not, they were the best team in the American League.
Yeah.
And in the next year, the Red Sox were the best team in the American League. Coming into this season, we thought it was going to be the Yankees, but they've kind of fallen short also, whether it's injuries or just performance issues. You know, they're just not showing who they really are. The
And
players that they actually look like, when you look at them on paper, they look amazing, but then
they
they're not
do.
really playing like how you would actually see them on paper.
That's true. You know, that's why the Blue Jays went ahead and we're picking them as another winner that in these trades. The Blue Jays actually made some pretty strong trades if you look at it on paper. I mean, for a lot of fans, they're saying, "Oh, they didn't really trade anybody," but they did. They went and get 3 starters for their starting rotation, and these aren't just like slouches. You know, these pitchers pitched good before, and you know they're just trying to find that magic again. And hopefully, the Blue Jays can show them something different, and they can, you know, show them the way to win that second spot in the East, because right now they are leading the East. They're on top of the Yankees. You know, you have the Rays and then the Blue Jays, and those trades are looking like they're big right now. They went ahead and got Robbie Ray, Rob Stripling, and Taijuan Walker. Since Taijuan Walker joined the team, he had a 4.0 ERA. Now he has a 3.26, which is helping out the team. I think that's a good trade. And then not only that, Robbie Ray, we saw him with Arizona pitching against the Dodgers. You know, what it was, if he started his career, he was pretty good. So if he finds that magic with the Blue Jays, I think the Blue Jays made good trades for them. Like, I honestly think that the Blue Jays are going to be the second seed and the Yankees are going to go in as a wild card because of these trades. I think they're winners. The Padres and the Blue Jays, to me, were the big winners in this trading deadline.
Yeah, you know, the three pitchers that they traded for, they all have a very high skill level, you know, but a lot of times just because they have that high skill level, it doesn't really compete against the batters with, you know, a high skill level also.
Yeah.
So, you know, take like Robbie, for example. He throws heat. He has really good breaking balls. But with him is he's a little wild. He walks a lot of batters. He gives up a lot of home runs. He leaves that fastball high in the zone, and a really good fastball hitter is going to hit it out, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the key to him would be getting that first pitch strike, because he is very sporadic with that first pitch strike, which is why he gets up to, you know, 80 pitches by the time he's finishing the 4th inning. So a guy like that, he needs to eat up innings. He needs to keep his pitch count down. He needs to get a little better control. We'll see what the Blue Jays can really do with him, because in Arizona, you know, he had a couple seasons where he really shined. He pitched like an ace.
He did.
You know,
He did.
It could have been Greinke kind of helping him out since they pitched together. You know, having someone like that to really like mold you into the pitcher that you could be. You know, that kind of guidance really helped him out. But then when Greinke went to the Astros, we did see kind of an uptick in his ERA.
That's true.
We saw, you know, a little more wild pitches. So we'll see what the Blue Jays can do with him. And then Ross Stripling, he had a no-hitter going a few seasons ago, you know. So we know he has the skills to actually get the job done. But lately, this season, he hasn't been doing very good. And it was kind of sad to see the Dodgers get rid of him, just because, you know, I've seen him since he was a rookie just a few years ago. I'm sure it was a sad day for a lot of Dodger fans, but, you know, with that kind of ERA that he had going this season, I wasn't really like too beat up about it.
Yeah. But see, I think the Blue Jays, they made a good trade. I think they made an excellent trade getting those guys. They're not top-notch guys, but they are guys that can get you to that next level. And hopefully the Blue Jays do something with it. I mean, they have a bunch of rookies in their squad right now that they're playing good baseball. You know, so yeah,
needs to be
yeah,
big thing right there.
yeah, it is. But I think the Padres and Blue Jays were the big winners in this trading deadline. So another thing too, talking about today in baseball history, Cal Ripken broke that record for the most games played. He had 2,131. You think that record is ever going to be broken?
No way, dude. No way. I mean, you look at like a lot of guys like Joey Votto that is known for playing season, but 162 games is a lot. And especially when you're traveling so much, in the Central, you're not really going to be traveling so far because you're right in the middle of the country. If you have to go to the East Coast, it's only a couple hours away. You have to go to the West Coast, it's only a couple hours away. But for teams like the Marlins, that's all the way down in Florida, if they have to go and play the Padres in Petco, they're traveling for 7-8 hours, possibly more, and then they don't get to sleep. There's a lot of factors that kind of get involved, and these guys get tired.
Yeah.
It's jet lag, it's lack of sleep, it's the energy that they use during the games, especially like the guys that swing really hard. A lot of people don't understand how much energy it takes to actually swing a bat, because these bats aren't light, they're actually using a lot of energy. When you're huffing and puffing, especially if you have a lot of muscle on you, your body's going to get tired, which is why we see a lot of guys go on the 10-day DL. They switched from the 15-day DL to the 10-day DL, now IL, because a lot of guys were going on the injured list a little too often, and no one wants to miss 3 weeks season because you're a little banged up. So do you keep just day to day and keep him on your roster, hoping that he gets better within a few days? It's a little hard with the 15-day IL, but now with the 10-day IL, they're only out for a week and a half, so it's not as hard.
Yeah, so Cal Ripken did break Lou Gehrig's record of 2130. Now he has 2131, which is pretty. If you're playing consecutively every day, and he must have played hurt. I'm pretty sure he must have some injury or something like that. I mean, I played. I remember when I played in high school, I played 3 times a week, and I remember I was sore just playing those 3 days. Now imagine playing every day. You get sore, and then for 2,131 games, like, get out of here, man. That's a lot of games you have to play. How many seasons? What, 14 plus seasons? Because we didn't have a 94 season. There was a strike, right? So yeah, like 14 seasons. Like, get out of here, man. I ain't playing that many games. I'll play probably 5 and then give me a rest, man, because I need to relax. I ain't gonna try to play every game.
He even said that towards the end of his career, when he stopped the consecutive streak, it wasn't even the manager's decision. It was his own decision.
It was his own decision.
Because his game started a little bit, his skill level started going down. So he the team player that he just decided to, step down a little bit and let the younger guys kind of shine.
That's true. All right.
Very selfless of him.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and give them what they want, man. If they want to go ahead and see the whole video, This Week in Baseball History.
Indians have not had a man past first base. Baerga batting .318. And the ground ball to short. Velarde. He did it. He did it. No hitter for Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott throws a no-hitter and shuts out the Cleveland Indians 4-0.
And that was Jim Abbott throwing the no-hitter. Now, I guess that's all, right, Will? We don't have anything else for this show. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and we have a Twitter account now, right, Will?
Yeah, it's R Talk Baseball.
R Talk Baseball. Sweet, nice. So go ahead and do that. And if you want to go ahead and click a like and subscribe on the YouTube, go ahead and do that. I'm Carlos Baseball, and this is Will Power signing out.
Hey, guys.